Hello, and welcome back to my climate news page. Today we're going to be talking about fossil fuels and renewable energy. Just for some background information, in 2015, the Paris Agreement was signed by 151 countries. The aim of the Paris Agreement is to keep global average temperatures below 2 degrees, and as a precursor to that, try to keep it below 1.5 degrees Celsius. Now, unfortunately, as of November 2023, we are already at 1.4 degrees Celsius. And the way to stop this is to transition into renewable energies from fossil fuels. So let's start with the largest consumer of energy. And I laugh because it's crazy how much energy they actually use. This country uses double the amount of energy, or almost double the amount of energy, um, compared to the second largest consumer of energy in the world. So the US is the second largest consumer at 94 exajoules of energy a year, whereas China consumes about 170 exajoules a year. Yeah, it is almost double and completely mind-boggling, to be honest. So China are known for being notorious in their use of coal. In the last 4 decades, China has increased their coal usage by 650%. Just, yes, 650%. I don't even know how to put that into perspective. And the reason that China has given to using that much coal is that in terms of their natural resources, coal is just very abundant. And let me read to you how abundant it is. China is the world's largest coal producer, mining 4.56 billion tons of coal in 2022. And they still had to import 293 million tons of coal from Australia, Russia, and Indonesia. So in 2024, China actually declared a war on pollution, and it's quite understandable why. This led to a decrease in the amount of coal that was consumed over the next few years, up until about 2019, where it rose again. And even in 2021, at a UN climate summit, China still said that they would be limiting the amount of coal consumption in the next 5-year plan, and in the 5-year plan after that, they would be reducing their coal consumption. But come 2022, where there were heat waves all across the world and an energy crisis due to the war in Europe between Russia and Ukraine. This actually led to some power outages in China. The droughts meant that a lot of their hydroelectric was reduced because their dams were just there was just a lot less water in their dams, and more people started installing um, air conditioning systems in their homes, which meant the energy, the peak energy usage would have increased in that year. And this actually led to power outages across the country. Some industries were shut down due to this. And as you can imagine, shutting down an industry in China is quite detrimental to the whole world, actually, because of how much they actually produce. And so in 2022 and 2023, they have seen an increase in about 80% of their approval ratings for new coal plants to be built. Now, in the first half of 2024, this has reduced. On the other hand, China are actually doing quite a good job in terms of the renewable energy that they use. So between 2010 and 2022, they had an average annual increase of 26% each year on their renewable energy output. And between 2017 and 2022, their output actually tripled. Their aim for 2027 is to have an output of nearly 1/3 of the world's total energy output, renewable energy output. And by 2030, they are aiming to have half of their renewable energy output of the world. They have declared that they would have 1,200 gigawatts of energy from renewable energies by 2030. Just to put that into perspective, in 2022, the rest of the world produced 2,000 gigawatts of renewable energy. At the end of 2022, China saw their solar and wind capacity increase to 760 gigawatts. That is about 3 million solar panels, just to give you an idea. I can't actually fathom how big that is in my head, to be honest. But they are doing a good job in terms of their renewable output, which accounted for about 30% of their installed electrical capacity, whereas in the same year, 2022, they produced 13.8% in terms of renewable energy, which is approximately 1,200 terawatt hours of electricity. It is quite impressive that they do, and it shows that we still have a chance to beat climate change. And yeah, I always like to end on a high. So there we go. I'll see you in the next one.